Have you ever wanted to know how to become a pro player in your favorite game? Well, let me give you some tips. One of the biggest questions that I get while I'm streaming is how do I get better at X, Y, and Z game? So I've decided to create a video all about how to become a pro player in your favorite game title. Now, a majority of the examples I'll use today are Fortnite based. However, these apply to any game that you could think of. Let's go ahead and get started. My first tip in this video for you is going to be routine. Doesn't matter what title that you play, you can build a routine in what you're doing. Now, the foundation of that routine is going to be based heavily on your aim. So make sure that you are training your aim, whether you're using aim labs, Kovacs, it doesn't matter. Make sure you are training that aim. Without good aim, you're not going to be able to eliminate your opponent successfully, which ultimately is the goal of pretty much any shooter out there. Now, let's say you play a game like Fortnite. Well, aim is not going to carry you in that game. You also need to understand the basics of building and the other mechanics that are built into the game. Now, other games have additional mechanics more or less, but Fortnite is an example of one that you truly have to learn different facets of a battle royale to be successful in it. Now, for a game like Fortnite, the best routine you can build is aim training on top of mechanics training. Now, a lot of people, they'll say, you know what, Matt, I do that, I practice it, etc. Maybe you're not doing it right. You need to make sure you're utilizing maps such as Skaavok, as well as Raider 464 maps to help you truly understand and build the ability to piece control, improve your mechanics, and improve your aim. If you're not utilizing these maps, you're ultimately going to find yourself falling behind the competition. Tip 2 for this video is going to be study. Studying is another tip that is undervalued in the community, no matter what title that you play. Watching your favorite pros and deciphering what they do differently than you is super important to your overall growth in a game. Another really important tip is to VOD review and utilize the time that you are VOD reviewing to make sure that you are actually hitting the goals that you want to hit. Every time you're eliminated in a game, figure out why you were eliminated. Figure out what steps you could have taken to avoid that elimination. Maybe it was rotate a different direction, watch out for the player that was ahead of you, make sure X, Y, and Z is met, but make sure to VOD review. Now, a lot of people are probably like, Panda, I VOD review, I watch pros, I'm not getting better. Well, who are you watching? Are you watching Clicks, who's an extremely talented player and someone that has done pretty well in their career? Or are you watching the most recent FNCS pros, the most recent FNCS winners, or the pro players that are truly placing at a high level right now? That's one of the biggest mistakes I've noticed. People focus on their favorite creators when in reality, a lot of times their favorite creators aren't necessarily the best at what they're doing. They're great at the game, don't get me wrong. However, there are players out there that are exceeding them in a skill level. So make sure to check out more people than just your favorite creator when it comes to getting better at a game. The next tip is just as important as these other tips, but one that I think is self-explanatory. You have to put in the work. You have to be consistent. Being consistent and putting in the work are going to instantly elevate what you are doing. Now, a lot of people are like, look, I've done creative maps, I've VOD reviewed, I've gotten better, but I'm still not a pro, right? Well, have you done it consistently? Are you putting in the same hours a day as someone like Day, Miro, Reverse to make sure that they are staying at the top of the leaderboards? Well, are you? And if you're not, well, this is the wake-up call. You need to start putting in the hours if you want to succeed in this space. Now, obviously, there are many other things that you can do in esports. You don't necessarily just have to be a pro. However, if being a pro is your goal, it takes work, and it takes a lot of work. We've seen several people grow up the ranks just by putting in the hard work and having that dedication level that is unmatched. That's what you need. You need to put in the work, be consistent, make sure you're hitting your routines, make sure you're hitting the VOD reviews like we just talked about, and ultimately you will see true growth in what you're doing. Now, let's say none of the other tips have worked for you. You've VOD reviewed, you've worked hard, you've put in a routine, and nothing is working. Well, you've reached the last tip, and that is one-on-one training. Now, the value of one-on-one training, in my opinion, is one that is not utilized in the community enough. Now, there are people out there in the community that are willing to sit down with you on a per session basis and help you really grow and fix some of the issues you may be making. Now, this tip does tend to cost money. However, that money is worth it. If you have a really solid coach like a Sampa or a Doing Well, who is a name trainer, by the way, you will infinitely grow to become a better player. The value in coaching is so extreme, it is worth every penny. And I've personally worked with both of these guys, so take advantage of it. Check them out if nothing else is working for you, and hopefully they can help build you up in what you are doing. Now, that's going to be all for today's tips. I wanted to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. A lot of people are going to make 8-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute videos on how to become a pro, but in reality, it's the same context as to what I just explained for you today. If you follow these tips, ultimately down to a T, you will get better. You will see progression. And ultimately, you will achieve that goal of being a pro player. But it's not going to be an easy journey. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you step up through the ranks and become the next pro player in your game. That's going to be all for me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. We're going to be pumping out these videos every week. And I just want to continue to help develop the community that is here. Until next time, take it easy. Peace.